Welcome back. My name is still Tom Stein Jr. with American Trust Administrators, and today we're going to roll into video number 4 of our Demystifying Level Funded series. If you guys are here, hopefully you guys have seen the first 3. If you haven't seen the first 3 videos, I'm going to recommend it very strongly that you go back and watch the first couple to catch up where everybody else already is. Level funded builds on itself, and if you are coming in at this point, you're going to get about 3/4 of the information, and nothing is more dangerous than a 3/4 informed broker. All right. So for those of you who are going to be rolling through this video, I'm assuming you've watched all the other ones before. Again, we're American Trust Administrators, small group, level funded. Let's jump right back in. All right. So we are going to start this video covering mid-year reporting, and we're also going to roll through renewals and then how you can handle the refund process, which is one of the best parts about this business, and how you can deepen the relationship, serve your clients more fully, and keep them on board. Because as everybody knows, retention is the name of the game, because prospecting is incredibly not fun. So keep that in mind. Let's start right here. Mid-year reporting. So for the brokers who are going to be more active, which is what I really recommend you be, you want to take the quarterly reports that you're going to get from American Trust. They're going to say where every dollar is going inside of this plan. All right. Now in month 9, or the 3rd quarter of the plan, you're going to get a pretty decent idea. Now it's not perfect because things can still change, but you're going to get a pretty good idea of how the plan is going to renew. Now, an example, if you have a plan that's spent $5,000 and they have a $100,000 attachment point, you're probably going to get a pretty good renewal. All right. Now, defining a good renewal, and again, I'm a pretty blunt guy. All right, is in my opinion anything under 10%. Okay. Medical trend in the U.S. right now, by hook or by crook, is running around 10 points. All right. So if you get something underneath that, you're in high cotton. If you get something at that, you're probably pretty good. If you're above that, then it's a different conversation. But let's speak to the first side, which is the good renewal. So you have a $5,000 claim that's hit your claims account so far and nothing else. You've got 95 grand that's still sitting there. All right. You can sit down with your client and say, hey, looks like we're gonna have some good options here. Let's sit tight. We'll get our renewal in month 10 and we'll be good to go. But let's look at the opposite. Let's say you have that same $100,000 attachment point and you have spent $3 million. All right, this is going to be a pretty bad renewal. So if you set the table with your broker up front and you really, or with your client up front, and you say, look, this is a level funded product. This is probably going to induce some volatility here. You're going to want to prepare yourself for either a big rate renewal or probably a need to shop. All right, and that's going to be the conversation that really helps you out, because again, this is all about retention. Helps you out to say, all right, we know something big's coming, and this way you're not going to be completely shocked. The client's never going to be completely happy about a big renewal, but if he comes in and he's blind and he's bushwhacked by it, he's really going to be angry. So you need to manage that expectation up front, and mid-year reporting really helps. All right, the renewal. All right, so when your renewal comes across, you're going to have a couple of options. And again, we already kind of talked about trend and where that kind of kicks in. If you have one that's in the single digits, rock and roll. Take it, run, good to go. All right, that probably means that your case has some kind of refund. If we need to start working around with benefits and everything else, we can still do that, and we can help you salvage and save cases, and frankly, that's what I'm here for. All right, but the big deal is when that renewal comes across, you're also going to get another report, and that report says how much money is left in the claims account. Now, we don't know how much is going to be finalized there until the end of the run-out period. If you remember what we talked about earlier, previous videos, 12/18, 12/24. So if 12/18, the end of the 18th month, you get access to that capital again. So what can we do with all this money that your buddy has coming back to him? All right, you're going to sit down with your client and you're going to say, okay, we did well this year. I've got 50 grand in this account, and we've already renewed. This is month 18. What are we going to do? Well, to the new broker, you don't know anything what you're going to do. The easiest way, and what most carriers will push, is just pushing that into the current year's claims account. And that's one way to handle it, but it's not the only way, and it's not, in my opinion, the most fun, all right? Because you've got an opportunity to sit down with your client and say, we've done something that, yeah, it's a little bit more complicated up front, but it's paid off in spades, all right? 70% or about 70% of our plans have refunds, and this is the best part of it, all right? Because you can sit down with them and you can say, we have a refund. Why don't we enrich the benefit package so that you can increase your employee retention with this money you've already spent? It's a no-brainer. And for the broker, whenever you do that, you look like more of a partner and you're deepening that relationship. So from an internal side, as you look at that and you say, I just deepened my relationship with this cat. I have another product line with them. Now I'm harder to kill. Now I have better retention of the client. Even if I lose a single line, I'm hard to kill. I'm hard to get out of that room because I've got multiple lines taking me in there, all right? Now option 3 is to take that money and then hold it in reserve against the next year's eventual renewal, right? It's like treating it like an MSA or an HSA for the business itself, all right? So it's ballasting as your workforce gets older, their claims go up, and so you can kind of ballast against the future. But remember, there are some limits that the DOL puts on that in terms of capital reserve, so you can't do that every year. And then the final way, which I really would not recommend doing, but it's their money, they can run it. I talked to my tax attorney before I do this, is you can take that out, and the client can take that money, put it into his pocket, and go from there. Now, it's a little bit more complicated simply because on most of the plans, there's both employee and employer monies, and it becomes a legal question. Again, it's above my pay grade. I would just talk to my tax attorney if you needed to do it that way. But as a broker, really deepening that relationship is what you want to go with. So we've already covered the 4 options, and I'm going to run them through real quick. Taking it against this year's claims account, holding it for future renewals, taking that and then deepening the relationship and buying other ancillary lines with those dollars. And 4, taking it out as a check, all right? Why do we recommend deepening the relationship or ancillary lines? And look, we do dental at ATA. We don't do anything else. We don't do vision. I don't do group life or anything like that. I'm not selling these products. But for you, the big key is to deepen that relationship. Because as everybody who's been in this business for a bit understands that once you get in the room, the sales process is fairly clean. But to get in that room, it is a pain in the tuchus. All right? So deepen those relationships. Keep yourself in that room so that you can keep your business growing, thriving, and you can keep driving down that road. That's a demystified process for the level funded. My name is Tom Stein Jr. I'm with American Trust Administrators. We handle 5 to a little under 100. We're here to help. Let me know how I can. I've got my contact info somewhere right around here. Reach out to your GA or me directly, and we'll see what we can't do together. And go be awesome. Thanks.